Today I'm taking a look at another one of Connecticut's dead malls. This is the Crystal Mall in Waterford, Connecticut. The mall opened in 1984, and from what I understand at that time, it was the only indoor mall in the area. I have been to this mall before, but not since 1994. So my memory is a bit vague, but I definitely remember it being busy. From what I've read, though, that's changed quite a bit. So let's take a look. Now, I think that blank directory there might be an indication of how busy this mall is today. I filmed this on a Wednesday at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so it's probably not the busiest time of the day, but as you'll see, it's pretty deserted in here. It's not quite as dead as the Enfield Square Mall in Enfield, Connecticut, but it's pretty close. It's dead. Other than the lack of people, one of the first things I noticed here was this escalator to the left making a banging noise. So that escalator needs some major service work done on it.
That doesn't sound right.
And that's probably just another sign of, this place starting to decay. They're just not maintaining it anymore. Over there to the left, that Spirit Halloween store, that used to be the H&M, which I believe closed fairly recently. Not sure exactly when, though. And over to the left there in the distance, you'll see a Bed Bath & Beyond. That used to be the upper floor of Filene's. And Filene's closed in 2006, and then Bed Bath & Beyond moved into the upper level in 2008, and the Christmas tree shops moved into the lower level the same year, I believe. And it was just announced a couple days before I came out here that Bed Bath & Beyond is closing its doors.
Do you have a quarter?
We're always seeing these candy vending machines in the malls here, and I'm always wondering how old the candy is. I finally decided, you know what, I'll try some out. Let's see how bad it is.
Spree. I don't know. Yeah, they look kind of dusty. I do remember all the stairs in this mall.
Yeah.
The candy was definitely a little bit stale, but that would probably last 10 or 20 years before it goes entirely bad, I would guess.
And they get kind of dusty.
When I was doing research on this mall online, I could only really find information about when the major anchor stores closed. So a lot of these other stores here that are closed, and there's a lot of them, I don't know what was in there. If anybody knows this mall well and knows what stores were in there, let me know in the comments. They did a major refurb on this mall in 1997, apparently to brighten it up. Because my memory of the mall from '94 was that it was very dark. Everything was painted in dark tones, and it was just dark. That's my memory of the place. And they wanted to get rid of the chandelier, but everybody loved it, so they decided to keep it and just brighten it up. I don't know if it was a darker color before or what, but that is apparently the original chandelier from 1984. Here's a GNC on the right, and it seems like every dead mall has a GNC, either open or closed. Usually once the GNC closes, though, that's the end of the mall.
A little bit. Take a look over here.
Straight ahead here, when the mall opened in '84, this was Jordan Marsh. And Jordan Marsh became Macy's in 1996, and then Macy's closed just last year in 2021. Both Jordan Marsh and Macy's were on both levels of the mall. So there would have been an escalator at some point within the store.
Wow, a music store. You don't see those too often.
Yeah, I was just pointing out there to the left is an FYE music store, and I don't see music stores anywhere anymore. So that's fairly rare nowadays. Even the Buckland Hills Mall doesn't have a music store anymore.
Yeah. Most of the storefronts are blacked out. You can't see inside.
Yeah, I wanted to look inside a lot of the closed storefronts, but most of them, like I just said there, had like a black curtain up, so you actually could not see inside, with a few exceptions. Straight ahead here is obviously JCPenney, and this is the only remaining original anchor store from 1984. But as I mentioned in another video, from what I understand, JCPenney is closing a lot of its stores nationwide, so that might be closing in the fairly near future as well.
Yeah. Let's take the elevator. No. Oh, there's no button to go down.
That was disappointing. You can't use the elevator.
Wonder why that is.
As an 80s kid, I definitely have fond memories of arcades in malls. And this is the biggest arcade I've seen in a mall in a very long time, decades probably. There are a lot of like crane machines in here and non-actual like video games, but it's still definitely an arcade, and I love to see that. And amazingly, there were people in here actually using it. Not a lot, but more than there were at Buckland, that's for sure. Gotta love the old skee ball machine, that's a classic there. I got Big Buck Hunter there. I think that's kind of like a duck hunt type game. Dancing game. Never tried one of those and never will. And this Batman ride here, that looks like it's from the mid-90s. I think that's from like the Batman and Robin movie. Horrible movie. But cool looking Batmobile.
Want to go on the right? Yeah, they have a few Funko Pops. Funko Pops.
This is the food court. This was also remodeled in 1997.
You don't see those anymore.
I would say it's a little bit smaller than the food court at Buckland Hills, but it's not bad.
Pizza Hut. I don't see too many Pizza Huts. Yeah. don't know what that is. These food steaks. No, thanks.
Seems like the food court is the biggest draw here, without a doubt. And this would have been the lower level entrance to Macy's. I haven't been counting how many stores are closed in here, but I would guess it's probably like 40% of them are closed, at least. If anybody wants to count all the open versus closed stores, let me know what the actual percentage is in the comments.
Yeah. Looks more like a salon to me, but straight ahead here, you'll see the Christmas tree shops. Originally, in 1984, this was Filene's on both levels. Filene's closed in 2006. From what I can tell, it was because they were owned by the same company as Macy's, and Macy's didn't want duplicate stores in their malls, so they closed the Filene's and kept Macy's open. And the Christmas tree shops moved in 2008.
straight ahead, you'll see where the old Sears used to be. This was here from 1984, and it just closed fairly recently in 2019. And like Filene's, it was on both levels of the mall. And the sign here says that in September of 22, this month when I filmed this, and right now, a bounce house place is moving in. Which that kind of, to me, is the type of store that does move into a dead mall. Just taking the sound of the escalator. Reminds me of Time Machine movie, the Morlocks.
Oh yeah.
Lived underground, and you just heard this
How's it coming?
the sound from the underground.
The troops are coming.
The whole escalator was shuddering as we were going up it. Right there. Now, don't leave yet. That is the end of the inside of the mall, but next I'm going to take a drive around and we can see what this place looks like from the outside. And some of it is borderline shocking. I think this was the entrance to Macy's here. And also here, I think. Pretty sure. There's the entrance to the food court on the ground level. Now this is where it starts to get pretty bad. This is the old Sears here, and Sears took up quite a bit of space. Again, it's been closed since 2019, so it's had quite a bit of time for the trees to grow in and the parking lot to look like this. This is pretty bad. I don't know why they haven't maintained this parking lot at least. But this part of the mall definitely looks abandoned. Then we'll whip around here, go back up and see the other side of Sears, which is also in pretty bad condition. This gives you a pretty good overview of what the old Sears area looked like. And then finally we have the old upper level entrance to Sears, and it's falling apart as well. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, once again, please give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe if you haven't already done so, and I'll see you next time.